So, the thing about this is that the search landscape in 2026 looks completely different, like nothing like we used to do in the past. And I've been in this business, like I said, since 1997. It's almost 30 years. And this year, it is a completely different animal than it ever was in the past. Nothing like the keyword chasing, content farming days of the past. That old version of SEO where you followed a formula, stuffed in some keywords, played the algorithm like a game, it's done, it's gone, it's over. It doesn't work anymore. Now, Google's not broken the same way it was anymore. It's just different. And the stuff that used to kind of work just does not cut it now. And if you're still sitting in that same old lane, you are not making it happen for yourself, for your customers, for your company. But SEO is not dying, it's just finally growing up. And that is a really good thing if you're doing it right. So, what makes 2026 so different? Well, there's three major shifts that are happening right now that are changing completely how we show up, how we get found, and how we stay relevant in search. And they all point to one big idea. SEO no longer stands for search engine optimization. It now must stand for search everywhere optimization. So, what are these three major shifts that bring us to the search everywhere optimization area? Well, the first strategy shift is AI is shaking the search tree and not many clicks are falling out anymore, right? Thanks to tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, even Google's AI overviews and their AI mode, well, search results are turning into full-blown conversations. You're not putting in a keyword phrase and then just going to websites and looking for your answer, and if you don't find it, going back and going to the next one. Nowadays, you're talking to these engines. You're talking back and forth. You're having conversations with them like they're a person that knows exactly what you are looking for and can help you get there. These platforms are answering questions directly on the search results page, which means that people are getting what they need without ever visiting websites, which is causing a huge reduction in clicks to websites, all right? And right now, in fact, about 60% of all Google searches, they don't end in a click to a website. That's massive. 60% of all searches done on Google typically will not result in somebody visiting a web page or your web page or any web page for that matter. Now, where SEO used to be about ranking for clicks, we're now entering the world of GEO or generative engine optimization. The goal here is to become the trusted source that these AI tools, like the ChatGPTs, the Perplexities, the Claudes, and so on, become the trusted source that these AI tools are pulling their information from. And if you want visibility in 2026, your content just has to be good enough to get quoted by these sources, okay? If you have to write for the bots and the humans and earn that spot as the go-to source, right? You no longer can just be writing for the search engines. You've got to be writing for these other elements, and you have to most often focus on the human person that's going to be there reading your content. Strategy shift number two is that discovery is just not a straight line anymore. It's a maze. People, they don't just go to Google things and click the top result anymore, right? They bounce between YouTube and Reddit, TikTok and newsletters, podcasts, private communities they may be involved in, AI chat tools, even like Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups and things like that, right? The discovery is fragmented. And traditional SEO can't keep up on its own because people are spending more time in different places and not going straight to search to find exactly what they're looking for. And this is why we have to start thinking about this visibility across the entire digital ecosystem, not just in the search engines, but in all of the places that people are looking for answers, right? They may be looking for answers, recommendations, insights, understanding, whatever. But this is what I really mean by search everywhere optimization, right? We are looking lots of places everywhere, not just one search engine any longer. So if you want to win today, you have to show up across multiple platforms in multiple formats and meet your audience where they are. It's not just about publishing content, it's about creating visibility, building trust, and staying top of mind wherever attention is actually flowing. Strategy shift number three is that trust is not just important now, it's everything. With AI generated content slop flooding the web, Google's doubling down on their EEAT, right? And that stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So we'll get more into this in a bit. But this is Google's way of fighting back against that low effort generic content that people are just spitting out with AI. What actually is performing well today is original insight from real people who've lived what they're talking about, right? If you can bring genuine experience to the table, your content has a much more serious edge than any other fluff that AI might be throwing together for you. And that edge does not just help in search engines, it helps everywhere. In AI answers, on social platforms, video results, in forums, even in how your audience talks about you. This is all super important. So these three strategy steps are really changing the way SEO is thought of today. But here's the big SEO strategy takeaway for 2026. If you're still following a dusty SEO checklist from 2018 or earlier, it's time to let it go. Success in 2026 means shifting your mindset from search engine optimization to search everywhere optimization. It's about building real authority, showing up across channels, and aligning your SEO efforts with business outcomes that actually matter, like conversions, building relationships, and long-term brand loyalty, okay? You want to become the Apple in your industry. You want to become the brand that everybody thinks that everybody knows by building that up, that long-term brand loyalty. We're not just chasing rankings anymore. If you're completely worried and obsessed with where you rank on any one engine, you are missing the boat. We now are talking about earning trust. We're now talking about becoming the source that AI tools are referencing, and we're building visibility that lasts no matter how or where people search, okay? And that's where the real growth is, right?